Alright, welcome back everybody to Operation Eclipse. This is the British Commonwealth in France, turn 6, and we are at war. So, going to have some interesting moves to make this turn. A couple items of housekeeping to do real fast. There was some confusion on some of the warlords up here, in that we originally thought Adol Wolf rolled for Shanghai on his recruitment, which backfired on a 12 and caused it to go KMT, but that was actually not the case. He rolled for Hope and Beijing, so that made those units be KMT instead, and so we just decided to keep the warlord alignment roll that Drum Black had rolled for Hope and make that the Shanghai one instead, causing Shanghai to be CCP and Hope to be KMT. Another item of housekeeping that I noticed when looking at this is that some of the rating didn't get deducted from the British banks. Great Britain should be at $0 and Anzac should only be at 4. Unfortunately. But anyway, thanks to our handy dandy RAF fighter in southern England, we do get to have 2 tech rolls this turn, shooting down that medium bomber in London. So I was very happy to see that. And we will roll for radar yet again. And then for our other tech, I think we're going to go for amphibious doctrine. So we will roll those and see what we get. So amphibious hits at with a 10. Get that to stage 1. And radar also hits and is now at stage 2. So that is nice to have. And the next turn, hopefully, we'll still have major factories and we can start rolling for stage 3. That does bring us to the British buys. Great Britain unfortunately has $0. Something that we hope this is the only turn that occurs with, but we'll see. So Great Britain is buying nothing. And then FEC and Anzac are actually both going to be lend-leasing items. And both of them are actually lend-leasing AAA guns. So FEC is going to be lend-leasing a AAA to France. And Anzac is going to be lend-leasing a AAA to the KMG. So we'll bring these over here. And that's going to be $4 for both of them. Brings FEC down to 1 saved and clears out the Anzac bank. So we now do move into British combat moves. We're going to be a little bit aggressive and see what happens, especially in the mid. So first things first, we'll do our submarine, moving up into A7, and it's going to be raiding. With our fighter in southern England, we're going to put him on map into A21 and see if we can't kill this Italian sub. We're going to be bringing our destroyer from A18 over to pair with that and see if we can't really get that done. Let's see, we're going to be putting our destroyer in A27 on escort duty in A18, as well as our TV destroyer, one of our TV destroyers rather. And then, let's see, over in Poland, the cavalry in Warsaw is going to come 1-2 and go into Slovakia, and it's going to be joined by the infantry from East Poland, so we will take that over. Our fighter in Warsaw, unfortunately we don't have any light carriers in range to pick him up, so we are going to do the next best thing and attack this medium armor in Eastern Germany, a 6 against a 5, and we'll see what happens there. Let's see. Meanwhile, down in the med, this is where we're going to get aggressive a little bit. So we're going to leave behind 2 destroyers in M8, but the rest of the fleet, first fleet, is going to move into M4. And they're going to be joined by a seaplane from Gibraltar. So that seaplane and one of these destroyers is going to pair to go after these coastal subs. Let's see. The 3 battleships, the battle cruiser and the heavy cruiser, are going to be part of a continuing force. The other 2 heavy cruisers and the rest of the ships in the fleet are all going to be attacking the torpedo boat destroyer. They're also going to be joined by this heavy cruiser that was in port in Gibraltar, as well as the light cruiser. Since it has that major port in Sierra Leone, it can reach M4 as well. And then the destroyer that was in A48 is going to move 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and go here. Actually, I did something different here than what I thought I was doing. Let's see, what did I have going there? Apologies. I think that destroyer definitely goes there. I think I was having another ship that goes into... I was going to have 4 destroyers up here. Or maybe I wasn't going to put a destroyer in escort duty. One, two, three, 4. Apologies, guys. I forgot what. Okay. Regardless, that's not a combat move. I'll figure it out. I won't make you guys sit here as I look at that. We'll get it right on the safe fire before it is sent. Anyway, rest of the combat moves. One of our transports in Gibraltar is going to pick up the Marine and a regular infantry. It's going to come 1, 2 into M4. And the Marine's going to be amphibiously assaulting Tobruk. And the infantry is going to be amphibiously assaulting Tripoli. We're going to get another transport to pick up another 2 infantry. They're going to be coming over to M4. 1 infantry is going to be taking Cyrenaica, and the other infantry is going to be joining the amphibious assault in the Tobruk. Our FEC transport that is in port in Lower Egypt is going to come out and go pick up 2 infantry from Lower Egypt. Going to come over into M4, and it's going to have those 2 infantry join the assault on Tobruk. And so the continuing force I mentioned earlier, all 3 battleships and battlecruiser are going to be are going to be shore bombarding Tobruk, and then one of these heavy cruisers is going to be shore bombarding Tripoli. Our medium bomber that is in Gibraltar is going to fly 1, 2, 3 and attack Tripoli, and then our attack bomber that is in Lower Egypt is going to fly 1, 2 and join the assault on Tobruk. So that's got those combat moves declared. I think that is actually all of the combat moves that we have going on. We don't have any combats as FEC or ANZAC over in the Pacific. So I think that has got everything done. So I guess we will just start up in the North Sea-ish area and then come on down to the Med. Alright, so rating is first. So we'll get D6 is over here. We'll do red for attacker, British, and we get a +2 to that. So it's going to be a full 2 damage to this line. So we'll bring that over here. And we will subtract 2 IPCs from the German bank, putting them at 28. Next we will do this attack on this submarine. So we're going to have a fighter in 6 in blue, a destroyer in purple at 4, and then we will have a submarine firing back at us at 3 with we'll use this black one. So fighter blue, destroyer purple, submarine black. Roll for those. All misses. Alright, the submarine gets to live. Unfortunately. Oh well. So that's that. We'll then move over, do this battle in Eastern Germany. So we'll have our fighter be in blue on a 6, and we'll have the defending medium armor be in black on a 5. And there should not be anything that could scramble into this. Double checking to make sure. So yeah, we'll just roll that is. So blue is our fighter, black is the medium armor. And both hits. So that's going to be both units dead. So that'll take care of that. We'll then move down into the med, I guess. So we'll do this attack here first. So we're going to have our teal or our purple die be our paired destroyer, because I only get to pair one destroyer. And then we'll have our, so blue will be the destroyer, or no, sorry. Purple will be destroyer, blue will be the seaplane. So that's going to be a 3 in blue, a 4 in purple, to see if we can't kill any of these coastal subs. And we do in fact get one hit with the seaplane, so that's going to be one coastal sub dead. We'll now roll our submarine against the torpedo boat destroyer, since it has first strike. So that's going to be the blue die again. Just barely misses, so the torpedo boat destroyer will get to fire back. We'll do the rest of our units. So let's see, we'll say that heavy cruiser is the one bombarding, so we have 3 heavy cruisers at 6. So we'll just roll those, see if we can't kill the TV destroyer with them. And indeed we do. So it's going to be a torpedo boat destroyer that's firing back at a 2 in blue. Actually, we'll do it this way. The torpedo boat destroyer will be firing black and purple, and then the 3 coastal subs will be firing back at blue. So that is a hit with the torpedo boat destroyer, but a miss with all of the coastal subs. So for our hit that we have to take, I think we're going to lose a lot of destroyers here. I think we might lose one of our destroyers and keep the sub for now. So yeah, we'll do that. We'll lose one of the FEC destroyers as the casualty we take there. Alright, so at this point, let's see, I meant to do, no I didn't, no this is right, okay, yeah, sorry. Okay, so we will do Tripoli, so we're going to have a heavy cruiser bombarding at 2 in blue here. And that misses, so now we will move to our infantry attacking at a 1 and our medium bomber in purple at a 7. And thought that was going to be a 7, but the computer lagged out on me. So we have a returning militia on a 3. Misses, so we'll do our attack, press round 2. Alright. Militia again on a 3. It misses, so we'll go to round 3. Medium bomber finally hits, so we'll see the militia at a 3, see if it hits, and it misses. Alright, so we will take over Tripoli from the Italians. So now we do the interesting one, which is Tobruk. Could potentially be taking quite a few casualties here, hopefully not. It is surrounded because we do have 3 allied warships in M8 and more than 3 in M4, so the port is blockaded, and then Tobruk is surrounded. So we'll do our bombards first, which is going to be 3 battleships and a battle cruiser. Unfortunately, Tobruk does have a fortification, which means our bombards all do at 1 minus pips. So our 3 battleships are going to be in blue and hit on a 3, and our battle cruiser is in purple and hits on a 2. So that is, we do get one hit with that, which I am assuming, since the city is surrounded, is going to be on the cav, since it only defends on 1. At this point, we have the 2 first strike rolls for the fortification. That hits on a 5, and hoping not to take more than 1 hit on round 1. So we do take 1 hit to the first strike roll, which is going to be our Marine, but the other one misses. So now we're just hoping that these 2 units miss both, and that we don't have to take double casualties on our infantry, which would be very sad. So we have a 3 attacking at 1, and then attack bomber attacking at 7. So that'll just be these 3 blue die and purple as well. So our 3 blues are our infantry, and our purple is our attack. So we get 1 hit there, and I'm assuming it's going to be on the motorized infantry, since after, or no, sorry, I'm assuming it's going to be on the militia, since after this round it's only going to be defending at a 1. So for round 1, the motorized is going to be, both units should be at a 3. The motorized normally defends at a 4, but surrounded, so gets -1 to a 3. The militia gets +2 to take it to 4, but then -1 to also take it to a 3. So we'll have 2 blue die firing back at us at a 3. Really hoping they both miss. And unfortunately, we do get an Italian hit, so we are going to have to lose 2 infantry to that. And we will now press into round 2, in which we have a lone infantry surviving against and a attack bomber, and we both miss. So we'll do the Italian motorized at 3. It misses, so we'll do our attack again, and we get a hit with our attack bomber. So we'll do the motorized in response. And it hits. So let's see. I'd have to face the fortification rolls again if I wanted to do this. But Tobruk by itself doesn't really matter. We got the units killed out of it, so I think we will just lose the final infantry and let the Italians keep the territory. So yeah, that is, I think, the end of our combat movements for the British. So we can move into our non-combat movements. Let's see. We're going to have the 2 infantry that are in Lower Egypt move down into Lower Egypt, or Upper Egypt rather. Our attack bomber is going to come back and land into Lower Egypt. Our medium bomber is going to land on Malta. Seaplane is going to land back into Gibraltar. We'll just go ahead and put these guys on the marker here. There we go. And then we got these transports that are all here. Alright, our fighter up here is going to come off map and go back into southern England. We are going to have a light carrier move down 1 into A35. It's going to be joined by a coastal defense ship. And then this light carrier is going to move up into A19. That Anzac destroyer is also going to be an A35 with this. And it's going to have the light cruiser and a TB destroyer with it. Although it might be the fact I might put 2, let's see. Well, I thought I was going to have 4 destroyers. One, 2, 3. Yeah, that one can't make it. So I'd have those two be there. Oh, I know what it was. I wasn't even going to do escort duty here since I had this here. Okay, yeah, sorry. Those units are not going on escort duty in A19. The destroyer is going to move, or sorry, in A18. The destroyer is going to move with the rest of these guys into A19. And then our torpedo boat destroyer is going to join these guys in A35. So yes, that is how that's going to work. Okay. Much better. Alright, yeah, that guy's dead, so got all that covered. I think everything is landed and good. Our FEC transport that is left in Gibraltar is going to come out of port, and I think I'm just going to have it join the rest of the fleet in M4. Let's see, I might actually put it in port in Lower Egypt. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do with it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We take 5 to get there. So yeah, we're actually going to put this guy in port in Lower Egypt on the Indian Ocean side. And I think that's got it there. Over on this side, we're going to move our infantry from Sydney into New South Wales. The transport down there is going to stay in port. I don't think we're going to move anything in Calcutta. Actually, I think we will. I think we're going to move everything except for the Anzac infantry out of Calcutta into Benares. So we're going to have that be that. Nothing to do down here. All that's moved. So yeah, I think we're just going to call that done for the British. So we'll do those placements. The KMT. Oh gosh. Should have got rid of the roundels. Alright, the KMT AAA is going to Nanking, or Nanjing, or however you pronounce it. The French AAA is going to Picardy. And then collecting income. Britain currently has 30 IPCs of land zones and collects 5 for bonus, 3 for Suez, 2 for Iran. FEC has 1 in the bank and collects 16. So it'll move up to 17, and then Anzac will move up to 7. Alright, so hopefully we have more money to spend as GB next turn instead of 0. Oh, there is one move I want to do. I want to move the fighter in Northern England down into Southern England. So yeah, that'll be that. We'll move on to France. France tech roll is going to be radar, and it hits at a 9, so it moves up to stage 2. France has $9, and it's going to be spending all 9 of those. We're going to be buying a AAA for 4, a infantry for 3, and a militia for 2. So it's going to clear the bank, and then we'll collect 16 plus 3, so 19 at the end of the turn. Yeah. So France does have some combat moves. So the 3 of these ships here are going to move 1, 2, 3, 4 into M3 to blockade the port in northern Italy. The Italians can choose to try and shoot at them if they so desire. I suspect they won't, since the French ships there get to fire back. But we'll see. Actually, we're going to have this destroyer go in there as well, just in case. The other destroyer and one of the battleships is going to move into M7 and attack the Italian destroyer there. And then the final battleship is going to move out of port and move 1, 2, 3, and it's going to sit in M2. And it's going to be joined by the 2 French transports that are going to move into M2 as well. That is a non-combat move there, and then we aren't going to have any combat in France proper. Debated attacking southern France, but decided against it, so we aren't going to do it. So yeah, that leaves our only combat move as France that we have to roll for, being this attack on the Italian destroyer. So we will grab these die. So we'll have our battleship in blue and our destroyer in purple, 8 and 4 respectively, and that's going to be a hit. And then we'll have the Italian destroyer in response, and it misses. So we'll have that be like that. And so at this point, I think the combat moves are done. Non-combat moves, the French medium bomber is going to move off the map and it's going to land in Gibraltar. Everything that is in Alsace-Lorraine is going to move into Picardy. So it's going to be 5 militia, 5 infantry, 6 infantry, 2 motor infantry, and a Foreign Legion. They're going to be joined by an infantry from Normandy. Everything in Paris is staying in Paris with the exception of the French fighter. It's going to fly 1, 2, 3 and land in southern England. And then I think that's going to be it there. I think that's how I have it. Let's see. 2, 6, 9, 10, 11. That is 33 pips. This is another. What is this? Another 53 pips, 56 pips. And we're going to have infantry, so that's going to be 61 pips, and the AA gun against 3, 6, 9, 12, 18, 28, 36, 43. Yeah, that's going to be pretty even. I guess the Italians could release out of the plane, but so be it if they do so. Yeah, that's going to be that. For buys, we'll go ahead and place those down. So the infantry and AAA gun are going into Paris. And then the militia is going to go into Picardy. Let me make sure I have this right. Sorry. That's 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 40, 50. Yeah. The militia is going to go into Picardy. And then we also are a major power at war with France. That means for the time being, we do have a world power bonus, which means we do get to place a Foreign Legion, and that is going to go into Picardy as well. So that's that. We'll see if we can't take quite a few Germans with us. Hopefully so, but we will see how it all shakes out. And that is going to be that. So we've already collected income, so we will go ahead and call it a wrap and pass it over to the Electron for Italy, turn 6.